Welcome to the virtual world of Texas A&M football. Courtesy of EA Sports 25, we're bringing you a simulated 2024 Aggie football season every week on KBTX.com and the KBTX Sports app. For these simulated games, depth charts have been updated to closely resemble both teams' real depth charts, and injuries have been accounted for as of the day of the recording.
It's week 3, and Texas A&M takes its virtual 2024 2-0 record into the swamp to kick off Southeastern Conference play against the Florida Gators. With a Florida quarterback rotation expected between Graham Mertz and DJ Lagway in the real game, we rotated the pair in this simulation as well. With Mertz under center, the Gators moved the ball to the 38 before their drive stalled out, setting up this 55-yard field goal by Gator kicker Trey Smack. Later in the first, the Gators jumped out to a 10-0 lead thanks to this run and dive into the end zone by running back Montrell Johnson from 2 yards out. However, it wasn't all easy for Mertz. The transfer quarterback rolled back on this play and lost track of where he was on the field, ultimately giving up a safety to a combined effort of Kennedy and Shamar Turner. Mertz would take a seat after this play in favor of Lagway. The Aggies brought it back to a 1-point deficit on a 15-yard pass over the middle from Wegman to wide receiver Cyrus Allen, completing a little Superman at the end of the scamper. For as good of an arm as on Lagway's shoulder, it was his legs that extended the Gators' lead in the beginning of the second on a roll-out scramble for a 5-yard score and a little Texas two-step for those who traveled in from the Lone Star State. Lagway, of course, is a Texas native. It was Wegman to Allen again late in the first half to bring it back to a 1-point Florida lead. Allen's second touchdown of the game was a 23-yard catch and run for the score. However, Lagway would have the last word of the second quarter, finding tight end Aralis Boardingham for a 25-yard touchdown. Florida took the 24-16 lead into the locker room when Wegman and the Aggies saw their 75-yard drive in 40 seconds die on the 2-yard line. Florida extended its lead by 3 with a 27-yard field goal by Smack on the opening drive of the half, making the score 27-16. The Aggies countered with a field goal of its own on a 17-yarder from Aggie kicker Randy Bond. Then A&M pulled back within 1 on a 2-yard touchdown pass from Wegman to Trey Watson with seconds left in the third quarter. Then, just like that, the Aggies had their first lead of the game on a 47-yard field goal by Bond, his second and final of the game. But that's where things went south for the Aggies. On 3rd and 1 on the Florida 32, Wegman pulls the play action and throws a pick to linebacker Shamar James. It opened up the door for a 4-yard touchdown run by running back Montrell Johnson, his second of the game, to put the Gators back up 34-28 with 4:50 to play. Florida added insurance on a 60-yard connection between Lagway and Eugene Wilson for a touchdown. In real life, Wilson is listed as questionable for Saturday's game on Wednesday's availability report. Texas A&M marched down the field on a 2-minute drill and put themselves in prime scoring position thanks to this 51-yard pass from Wegman to Thomas, with the defensive back taking the scenic route to the tackle. That set up a 2-yard touchdown pass from Wegman to Watson, their second scoring connection of the game. The onside kick gave A&M no chance at a recovery, and one kneel down was all the Gators needed to secure their first SEC win of the year, a 42-35 victory in the swamp. In our virtual Texas A&M season, this is the Aggies' first loss, having defeated Notre Dame in Week 1 and then McNeese last week. Despite gaining 656 total yards to Florida's 509, the Aggies only converted on 5 of 15 third down tries. More importantly, the Aggies lost the turnover battle with Wegman's fourth quarter interception. Lagway had the strongest performance, completing 65% of his passes for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wegman went 35 for 69 for 521 passing yards and 4 touchdowns and another 400-plus yard performance in this virtual season. The Aggies take a 2-1 virtual record into their Week 4 matchup against Bowling Green, a potential bounce-back game in our College Football 25 simulated season.